So the aliens have come to Earth.
They're here.
They're here now. So the Alien franchise is definitely one of the major like sci-fi horror franchises or horror franchises that I'm not super like nerdy and knowledgeable on.
I'm definitely not. I've seen only a handful.
Yeah, I mean I've seen all of them, but not a ton of times. So it's not something that I would ever consider myself an expert on, not even remotely. So, but I do enjoy them, right? It's just I've never gotten obsessed with them. I've never watched them over and over again. I've never gotten into the lore. I know the very basic bare minimum of just kind of like what's in the movies, and I've probably forgotten, half of it. So I just want to give that perspective when we start this. I'm no expert, but I've seen everything and I like it. She's seen a few things.
A couple of things, yeah.
From the franchise and not much else.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, you weren't big on the ones that you had seen in the past, but on recent viewings, you were a little more up on them.
Yeah, I definitely don't consider myself a big Alien fan. I know it's like a really beloved franchise. I really liked the new movie that came out recently.
Romulus.
Yeah, Romulus I thought was great. And I think I could warm up to them more. I don't know. I like sci-fi horror, but I guess it's maybe not the main like subgenre of horror that I gravitate towards, I suppose. So yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I'm a huge sci-fi horror fan. So anyway, let's talk about Alien Earth. Now, this is a Hulu show, but I'm assuming not for very long, since Disney Plus is doing away with Hulu altogether here very soon. So I guess this will just be a Disney Plus show. Now, as with anything, especially the higher the profile, the more expectations that are put on it, and the more people want to hate the thing the second that it is announced. We're definitely not those people. So
no.
We're here to give our absolute fair assessment of this show in general. So let's discuss it. So this takes place, I think, 2 years before the events of the original film. And it, I don't remember. Yeah, this is the first time like a xenomorph aliens have been on the planet Earth. So that was cool to see that. I don't know how the lore works, right? I know Prometheus is like first on the timeline, then Covenant, then this now, then Alien Romulus, and so on. So I don't know. I don't know if there's any discrepancies here with like lore hounds of like, no, this is impossible, blah blah blah. I don't have that reference point to go off of. If it was something like the Halloween franchise or something, I would then be like, I know, but with this one I don't know. And I guess it would affect my opinion on it if it was something that completely disregarded all sorts of events.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
That I don't know, so I can't speak on that. But I can say that the quality of this show is extremely high.
Very high.
The production value of this show is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do try my best to steer clear of pretty much everyone's opinions these days. I'll kind of happen upon them just to kind of get a general gist of this and that. And of course, there's a lot of praise and there's a lot of negativity. And I saw some comments about like it being Disneyfied. I mean, the only thing like you had mentioned.
Yeah, well, there's like a reference to Peter Pan in this that's pretty like
prominent.
Yeah, prominent. But the second episode is insanely graphic and gory and not at all Disney-esque in any way. No, this, in fact, I will go as far as to say that this is by far, to my memory, unless I'm forgetting something, this is the deadliest
an alien has ever been in this franchise. The speed in which this xenomorph cuts people down and the veracity of it
Oh my gosh,
is
yeah.
is unmatched
Yeah.
for me in this franchise. Like the first film is much more of a slow burn, and obviously it's a film from 1979, so it's not gonna be overly graphic and with its displays of violence on screen and whatnot for multitude of different reasons. But throughout the franchise, yeah, I mean, the xenomorphs are very aggressive and kill people for sure, and are never merciful. But this
Oh my god.
this xenomorph is an absolute wrecking house. Like, he seriously comes through. There was a scene in the second episode where he goes into a party, and I mean, I don't know if 10 seconds pass, and when we see the carnage that's left in its wake,
It's crazy.
it's
so
fucking
fast.
crazy. I
And
don't
there's
remember
so
it
much.
ever being this murderous.
No, I mean, yeah, I don't know enough about like the alien movies to talk about like the behavior that much, but from what I've seen, it does seem like the alien like can play with its prey, and there is a bit of that cat and mouse type of thing going on at times. But what we see in the second
This one's on
episode
crack.
is like, yeah, just you don't have any chance. You have no chance. If it wants to kill you, you're dead.
Yeah.
You're dead. It's pretty crazy. The gore is really good in this. I was very pleased with it. I wasn't expecting no gore, but I wasn't expecting the level that we got. And I'm very happy with what we're getting.
Yeah, it's a very R-rated show.
Very R-rated. And there's also a lot of stuff going on story-wise that is very interesting, aside from the alien stuff.
Absolutely.
There's a really new element involving synthetics and synths and humans and stuff that I think is really, really, really fascinating.
Yeah, I feel like this show is kind of a love letter to 80s sci-fi, especially people who worked within the Alien franchise, most notably, obviously, Ridley Scott, as well as James Cameron, because the way that they did Earth in this movie, and especially the way that Timothy Oliphant's character looks, I mean, this is clearly a homage and nod to Ridley Scott's Blade Runner.
Yeah, definitely.
And the world feels like, for the most part, that it's out of Blade Runner.
Yeah.
And then one of the synths, who's kind of like the bad guy that landed on the ship. So we need to talk about the plot a little bit. But regardless, he kind of reminds me of like a Terminator, where he's almost liquid metal, where he has this like metal hand and like a blade's coming out of his hand. You know, it reminds me of something Terminator-esque. So anyway, as far as the story goes, we have a young dying child who meets the boy genius, and he is going to transfer her consciousness over into a adult body, because synth bodies do not age, so therefore he cannot transfer her to a child body. So
Yeah.
you have the mind of a child, and a dying one at that, so one with even less experience than most children, right? This is a 12-year-old who is sheltered, and
Yes.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like even more of a child. Anyway, this is Wendy, in reference to Peter Pan, as we had said previously, who is doing her best Amelie impression with her
Yeah.
haircut and look. That's
Yeah.
all I could think of when I keep seeing her is the movie Amelie. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Which is kind of funny now that I think about it. Ha! Ha! Thank God I'm a fucking movie nerd. Jean-Pierre Junot directed Amelie. He also directed Alien Resurrection.
Ah,
That is 100% why she has that fucking haircut.
that's cool. Yeah.
That's super funny. I didn't even think about that till right now, because I was like, Ridley Scott, James Cameron, because of the
Yes.
Terminator
Yeah.
stuff, and then we got an Amelie haircut.
Yeah.
Now we just need to look for the David Fincher stuff for Alien 3, which I'm sure is here as well.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, Amelie.
That's really cool.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't even piece that together till right now. Okay, there you go.
There you go.
But yeah, so other kids come.
Yes.
They also are given these superhuman bodies, and there is a ship which was collecting specimens throughout the known galaxy and bringing it, or unknown galaxy, and bringing it back.
Yep.
The ship, of course, is attacked from the specimens on board, and this becomes a ghost ship that is on a collision course with Earth. It collides with Earth, and some people are sent in to look for survivors and to figure out what the hell is going on. One of those being the synth girl's brother, who she has a vested interest in retrieving. So, yeah, there's that. I mean, we are going to be talking about spoilers, like, kind of sporadically. I'm not going to get too deep. And no, we are not going to cover this week to week. This is just an initial spot. Thoughts. I had considered doing it week to week, but because of our limited knowledge on the franchise, I don't know what we would have to add other than just kind of like what's happening in the episode.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel confident.
I think it'll be better to do like a season wrap up anyway.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Yeah, but we'll talk about spoilers in this. Definitely beyond unethical to put the mind of a child into an adult body and then to send that child out into like an extremely dangerous situation while also spying on the child through its like eyes.
Yeah.
I think that's messed up. I think it's so messed up what they're doing. Like, I understand that on one hand it's like you're technically saving them because they're going to live still, but that's not like where he's coming from. This dude, the boy genius guy, I can already tell he's an asshole.
Oh, for sure.
All he cares, and he's such like a megalomaniac, like narcissist, obsessed. There's a scene in, I think, the second episode where he's saying that like his whole reason for making these hybrid human synths is so that he can hopefully have an actually interesting and intelligent conversation with something that's smarter than him. Because he thinks he's just the smartest thing that's ever lived.
And speaking of, in that scene, he's talking to Essie Davis's character from The Babadook.
Yep.
So
it's cool to see her.
Had to point her out because one of the better actresses out there.
Yes.
Very cool to see her.
Yeah.
I had no idea she was in this.
Yeah.
And Timothy Olyphant can just do it all.
Yeah.
I feel like, he's very good in action. He's very good in drama. He's very good in comedy. Probably that's where he's best, to be honest. I think his comedic timing is incredible. He does sci-fi very well, whether it's in, The Mandalorian or now with Alien Earth. He's like completely devoid of human emotion in this. Very, very cool. Very good character.
Yeah, I like that character a lot. And I think probably where people's criticism about the Disney feel of this, like we had said, it was the Peter Pan stuff, but specifically because we're following this group of lost boys, the kids, they're all adults that are acting very childish because they literally are children.
But that's just
But I feel like
that's just interesting.
I think that's very interesting, and I actually think that makes it darker.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, they're kids.
Right.
In there's a horrible situation, about to see really awful things and not at all prepared or prepped or anything for it. But I am imagining that people are not liking that aspect, but I think that that's actually one of the coolest aspects of the show.
I mean, the show has like an 8 point something on IMDb on both its show and on its episodes, like 8.2, 8.3. So I think for the most part, people are enjoying it. I don't really give two fucks about what some dipshit hates on anything every day now, so who gives a fuck? Anyway, yeah, I mean, I think the show is extremely, extremely cool. I think this is one of the better things we could have ever hoped for when it comes to an Alien television series. I still hold out hope that, we had originally heard that the series was going to be based around them going around to the, different corners of the universe and trying to retrieve the deadliest specimens that they could, and that they had retrieved 5 and were on the way back. Now, we have seen, to my memory here, if the 5 thing is accurate, we have seen the xenomorph, we've seen the, like, flora fauna freaking thing, like, hanging from the ceiling, freaking, Venus flytrap. We've seen the eyeball
which
creature,
is terrifying.
And we've seen, like, the
bloodsucker
the
tick
little
things.
tick thing. So, unless I'm forgetting a 5th, my hope when I had heard 5 and that they were bringing back these deadly specimens from around the galaxy or universe or whatever, was that we were going to see a predator or a Yontu or Jontu or something, whatever the fuck they're called.
I guess there's still a chance.
Another franchise that I really like, but I'm not knowledgeable on.
No, because it would be 4 plus the alien is the 5th, right?
The xenomorph?
Oh, sorry, yeah, the xenomorph.
I said the xenomorph, the bloodsucker, the plant, and the eyeball thing.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah.
Is that it? The tick thing is my second one?
Yeah, the bloodsucker. Yeah. Okay, never mind.
That's
sorry, I misheard you.
So there's a 5th, and that
so there's a 5th. So okay.
Predator.
It could be the predator.
That's my hope.
Yeah.
The only reason is
I'm guessing it won't be though.
I don't think it will be.
I don't think it will
be, but I hold out hope, and one of the reasons is because we have been very obviously teasing towards a Alien versus Predator Disney era version, because we see the Weyland Yutani synth played by Elle Fanning in the Predator Badlands trailer, and we see some Weyland stuff in Predator Killer of Killers. So they've already done the crossover stuff.
Yeah.
Because the Alien versus Predator stuff that we currently have, whether it's the original or Requiem, those are not canon, and these are to these respective franchises. So because they've been teasing so much Weyland Corpse stuff, I'm wondering if this is just going to be another show, like, in that universe that connects the other half. You know what I mean? Because in Predator we've gotten a lot of Alien nods, but thus far during the Disney era of Alien, we've not seen any Predator stuff to my knowledge, whether it be in Romulus or now in this.
Yeah.
Because I think those are the only 2 that have happened since Disney acquired Fox. Anyway, but yeah, so I think that Wendy is a very compelling, cool character. I definitely feel for her and what's going on with her. I like our little lost boys.
I do too. I feel so bad for them.
Especially the little redhead.
She's so scared.
Yeah, she does not want to be there at all.
No.
Is that what her name is?
Her name is Smee.
Oh, okay. I knew one of them was
after
Smee.
the Lost Boys, which
Smee is,
or rather,
Captain Hook's.
They're Peter Pan characters, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is very cute, and I like that a lot, actually. I just think everything going on with them is really interesting, and I'm very curious to see how they will handle getting attacked and, like, what that will look like in general. How it'll affect their bodies, I mean. Also, obviously, their emotional responses, but I'm just curious because it's leading up to that. They're going to have some type of fight.
Well, we've seen multiple times in the franchise how a synth does against a xenomorph.
They're supposed to be, like, different, though, right? I thought they were supposed to be, like, really indestructible.
They're definitely strong,
so
but a
maybe
xenomorph
it will just be the same
is
as a
stronger.
synth. Yeah.
Right. I mean, David in Prometheus gets his fucking head ripped right off of his body. You've got Bishop, who gets, torn apart. You've got, it goes on. So, like, this franchise definitely has synths versus xenomorphs, and it don't go so well for them. The xenomorph is a fucking powerhouse.
Oh my god.
Right?
Especially this version where it's like 10 seconds and 20 20 people are dead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what their bodies are made out of. If they're made out of some kind of like an alloy or something, then maybe it would be. But it can. I mean, it has acid blood. It has razor sharp claws that can tear through metal. I mean,
Metal teeth.
I don't. Yeah,
or
I don't.
whatever those are.
Yeah, I mean that looks like metal teeth.
Yeah.
So I don't see why they would have any. They'd have a better chance than a human.
Sure, they would have a better chance. Yeah.
They would still get wrecked.
Yeah, unless they're made out of something different. I guess I was for some reason thinking that they were made differently, but maybe not.
They're gonna die.
I think that the xenomorph looks awesome.
Which this is kind of like almost reminiscent of the elves in Lord of the Rings when, they get killed. It is a little bit more tragic because the elves are immortal and only like some kind of injury to their body can kill them if there wasn't one. So them going into war is even more tragic because it's like, yeah, well, humans, it's like we gotta die sometime, and elves are like, we don't.
Like we only die if we get hurt. Yeah, well,
so these
same
things,
thing with
they're supposed to have forever bodies,
right? And like they already were dying,
right? And they just got granted this new lease on life, and they never really got one to begin with because they were children. This isn't like Waylon in Alien Covenant when we find out he's just trying to stay alive forever.
Well, the other thing too is that they're not even really supposed to be there. The only reason they go is because Wendy's like, that's where my brother is and I want to go save him.
Yeah.
And Boy Genius is like, ooh, experiment. Like, okay, let's see how they act under stress and get more information and stuff. That's what I was saying in the beginning about it being, like, so unethical. Like, he should not let that happen. Like, I mean, we wouldn't have the show, right? But what the heck? It's just so messed up. But he doesn't care, obviously. He clearly is not the type of character that has any sort of empathy or anything. But yeah.
The alien looks incredible.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of talk about CGI. I felt like the CGI that's in this, yes, of course there's going to be CGI in this show, but I feel like the majority of the actual xenomorph is practical, and whatever might not be in this show, I never noticed. It looked seamless to me.
Me too. I
so
didn't have
if there's
issues.
any like CG, of course there's going to be composite shots, there's going to be them taking away certain green screen elements or whatnot, but man,
the xenomorph.
Yeah, the xenomorphs in this the xenomorph in this thus far, there's only one, looks incredible. It looks very reminiscent to the original xenomorph, like a guy in a suit, but a little bit more dexterous and able to move more freely.
The other creatures, the eyeball thing is definitely CG.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that looked good.
Yeah.
That thing scares me. I don't like it. The bloodsucker thing, also CG.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That looked good.
Looked good to me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's great CG.
I think they look great. It's funny because we just finished season 3 of Buffy, and there's some graphics at the end of it that are so dated. I mean, it's 1999 or whatever, whenever it came out. Bad graphics for a television show, but we were just talking about how wildly different shows from back then are compared to shows now, where this could be a movie. This has such a good feel to it as far as the budget and everything, and people really are so spoiled. It's like, go back and watch friggin' those old shows where the CG is all blocky and weird and like but that's like, at that point you're just like, I'm using my imagination.
And the fight sequences, the choreography, and like the way that the camera work is
so
done
different,
is so poor,
and it just feels very dated, whereas like now this feels so polished and clean.
It's not even close.
And this is a show. This is where we're getting multiple hours of this story.
Yeah, each episode of this is a full hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to just a 2-hour long movie. We're getting a lot of story here. And I think that's great. I mean, so far, the kickoff to this, I think it has a lot of promise. This is a really exciting show to get into.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I like the feel of everything. I like the set design is incredible.
Yeah.
The ship that they're on that crashes, it looks straight out of Ridley Scott's Alien. The music in this, they actually replay some of the soundtrack, the score from the original. The opening title comes up in those lines like Alien. Now, I think it's cool. I'm not somebody who loves harkening back to the originals too much, but I feel like this does it in the right ways, and it does it just enough, but then it sets itself apart as well. So, yeah, I mean, will this xenomorph get itself out into the city, and I'm curious on how this connects. I don't know if at this point the Nostromo is already out in space or not.
Yeah.
Because I know they go into hypersleep for a while. I don't remember how long they go into hypersleep. Like, is this what sets off, like, Wayland's launching of Nostromo?
Yeah.
After this, and we're gonna find out that was their mission all along, was to go and to try to find these specimens. Like, I don't know. As I said, I'm not good with the lore. This is why I'm not the one to talk on this matter.
Yeah.
But I'll look more into it as the show progresses. I'll watch some like breakdown videos from people who actually know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, I'm curious, like, for like super fans to watch and find Easter eggs or whatever.
Yeah. What's the David Fincher thing that I'm missing here? There's got to be one, right? If we get the Terminator, we get Blade Runner, we get Amelie. Those are the 4 original directors of the 4 original Alien quadrilogy films. What else am I missing here? I'd have to think about anything else that I don't remember at the moment that was in here. I'm thinking of maybe like an actor or something, like from Fight Club or Seven or Zodiac or something. But nothing's coming to mind at the moment. So, anyways, if you got that thing, but what do you think? You think the Amelie thing is on purpose as a nod to Jean-Pierre? I mean, that seems like a little too coincidental.
It does, but
to not be the case.
They could have just been like, hey, this also works like this.
No, it's
gotta
be.
I think it's on purpose.
It's gotta be. Yeah. Anyways.
So
yeah, great show.
Yeah.
Thus far. Will it botch it in the next X amount of episodes? I don't know how many more episodes there are. I hope at least 10.
We'll see. Yeah.
A show like this usually is 8 to 10.
Yeah.
I don't know how many, but man, if anybody thinks that they're not putting effort into shows like this, I don't even know what to tell a person like that at this point.
I don't either. Yeah.
So, yeah, anyway, that's that. What are you guys' thoughts thus far on Alien Earth? It's kind of crazy to have something like this. And I think this sets a really cool precedence for any franchise,
Yeah.
If they can successfully do something like this, kind of the sky's the limit when it comes to any other franchises going to television, And I've had plenty of successful franchises go to television, and I've loved the results of that, whether it be Evil Dead, which Ash vs. Evil Dead is one of my favorites, if not, it's probably my favorite franchise moved to television series of all time, right? And I think it has just as high of quality as the films, and really lines up so well in that universe. And I think Alien Earth is also doing that. Like, this feels on par with Romulus and whatever else. So whether you like Romulus or not, that's up to you, but I loved it, and a lot of people obviously loved it. Not that matters, but I mean, I guess it does, right? It's a very successful show thus far, I think, and that's cool, because can we see a Predator series? Can we see a Terminator series? I mean, I know we already saw a Terminator series once upon a time with the Sarah Connor Chronicles, which has always been a tongue twister. The Sarah Connor Chronicles. Chronicles?
Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Very hard to say.
Yeah, it is.
And then they, of course, they have a Terminator Zero, the animated show, but whatever. Anyways, that's that. I don't know. I always like to fill the last minute with like, did I forget anything?
Yeah.
Did I forget anything?
Probably.
Probably. What did I forget? Let me know in the comments. Anything more?
No.
All right, guys. We will see you on Earth. Bye. Right as I stopped recording, I forgot that I did not mention that they ended the last episode with a Tool song. That was super cool. I don't know if I've seen almost anything with a Tool song. I already turned off the lights and got everything down. So I just had to throw that here on the end because I thought that was super, super cool. So anyways, all right.